Triple TG gang, we back with another video, man. Today I am going to be speaking on validation. And this is one of the most important and major components that you will learn in the game. Validation is necessary when it comes to being good with women. Get your damn notepad out and get your pencil out or your pen out. And I want you to understand that validation is super important if you want to be good with women. Because women thrive off of validation. You want to become the supply that woman depends on and goes to get their fucking fix. Just like a crack fiend, dope fiend, coke fiend, alcoholic needs that drink, needs those pills, needs that needle. Validation from somebody who knows their worth, somebody who knows their value, and gives a genuine compliment because it makes them feel good. Not only does it make the woman feel good, but it makes you feel good to be able to give a good feeling to the woman, not just sexually. But before you even put your hands on her sexually, can you stimulate her mentally by the words that you say? Can you touch her with your words? Can you make her wet with your words? Can you seduce her before you even get to the bedroom? Validation is one of those things that actually helps you tremendously in the game. All right? Now I got a few bullet points here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Triple TG gang, we going up. I think I've been on this channel for like 7 days. If you don't know, I got multiple channels. I just started this channel. I have not promoted it at all. I want it to all be a new audience, a new organic audience, and all of that. So shout out to you if you're subscribed. If you're not, get on that shit. All right, I have a few key points that I want to go over, and I wrote them down so I did not forget. I want to touch on every single one so y'all understand what I'm talking about. So one thing that you must know is that a lot of women, I'm not going to say all women, but compared to men, a lot of women have hella insecurities. A lot of women don't feel so good about themselves. They gotta have the makeup, the long ass eyelashes, the fake long ass nails that they can barely wipe their ass with and play with their pussy with, right? They have all of these insecurities. So why would they want to date somebody who, for one, can't validate themselves and needs approval from her to feel good about themselves? She wants someone who not only validates himself, but someone who can validate her as well to make her feel good about her shitty ass mindset. Now, am I saying that it is your job to be the reason why her self-esteem raises? I'm not saying that that's your job, but what I'm saying is if you want to do well with women, validation is key. So all these red pill guys that tell you that you shouldn't validate women, that you shouldn't compliment a woman, you shouldn't spin her around and let her know, God damn, you look sexy as shit. Let me see, hold on, okay, yeah. Red pill speaks against this because a lot of red pill guys are insecure. They're not even secure with themselves, so they have to play these little games because they feel like they're not enough as themselves. They don't have any game. So they gotta play these little mind games and tricks and gimmicks and techniques. They gotta use all of this shit that's not even authentic to themselves, instead of showing up and being yourself, being your best self. And as a result of you being your best self, that transfers on to the woman. It's kind of like, I don't know if you've ever had a friend, but that one friend who might try to belittle you or make it seem like, you know, you're not doing as much, or that friend is not as cool as you, right? This friend is always kind of in competition with you. This friend tries to make you seem like you're not as cool or whatever the case is, right? Whereas someone who is secure in themselves is always lifting people up. Not to kiss their ass, but because I feel so good and my cup is so full that I have no choice but to spill on to other people because my cup runneth over. See, you want to get into the space where you don't need anything from the woman. You want to get into the space to where you just want to give. And beyond women, you just want to be the type of person who your well is just overflowing. And you feel so good about life and yourself. You love yourself so much that you spill that over into people. Into everybody who's around you, women. It could be your homies. It could be business-wise. You want to be able to validate and approve of yourself, and that comes from self-love and your own self-esteem, your self-worth, and your value, right? Weak men validate women so they can either get validated in return from those women because they're seeking validation because their cup is empty. So they try to compliment the woman to maybe get a compliment back. I know you've been there before, or you've seen your homie go through that. And the woman notices, like, damn, he just wants me to say that his hair looks good today. Okay, I guess your hair looks good. You know, like, once again, women despise a man who needs validation from them because they want to come to you for that validation. Another thing, weak men validate women to get something from that woman, mainly sex. Sometimes it's validation. Sometimes it's just her company. Sometimes it's just to show her off in front of his boys so he looks like the man, when behind the scenes he's getting disrespected just because he has a bad bitch. We're gonna get into that later on in this video, right? So I'm not gonna go too far, but yes, weak men will validate women not only to get a compliment in return. Sometimes they want to validate women and suck up to women because they think that's going to get the woman in the bedroom. So if you're validating a woman coming from an empty cup, then I agree with the red pill guys. Don't validate women. Because first and foremost, you need to figure out how the fuck and why the fuck I am not validating myself. You got to start there. That's step one. That's ground zero. So if you don't even know how to validate yourself, you cannot validate the woman because you cannot give her anything that you don't give yourself. All right? Next. For instance, a guy might take a girl on a date. Fancy dinner, 5-star. Try to impress the bitch. Steak dinner, steak and lobster. Eating shrimp and pasta. And the dude has the nerve to get upset when that woman says, okay, great, I had a good night. No, I don't want you to come up. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I got to work early or whatever the case is. Then the man gets upset because he feels like because I spent X amount of dollars on you, I took you on a nice date, steak dinner, motherfucking lobster and pasta, bitch. You better open your motherfucking legs. That shit is not game. You might as well go hire a prostitute. That's prostitution. You think a bitch owes you sex because you bought her some steak and lobster and pasta, but you couldn't move her emotionally? You try to buy the bitch and then you get upset because she can't be bought. If you think you can buy a bitch, you're sadly mistaken. If it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. But half the niggas who are tricking on bitches, they're getting the bare minimum. They're getting cheated on. You have to give that woman the free will whether or not to open her legs for you. And for one, why the fuck would you want to fuck a bitch who only wants to fuck you just because you bought her steak and lobster, bitch? Like, what? And that's why I say you're a weak ass nigga. You have to open up your eyes and see no bitch owes you anything. If you can't move her emotionally, if you can't make her feel away, feel sexy, If you can't make her feel like she wants to take her panties off by you just speaking to her, you don't deserve to get in the drawers. You don't deserve her panties. You don't deserve the pussy. And I'm being dead ass 100% with y'all. I'm being honest. Just because you bought a bitch, you took her on a shopping spree, you think she's supposed to bust it open for you? Like I said, once again, go get a prostitute. But don't get mad at the bitch because she's exercising her free will, which we all have as human beings, and saying, no, I'm good. Because I already know you took me shopping because you wanted the pussy. So you try to manipulate yourself into the pussy and think I'm just going to give it up to you? Granted, sometimes some women will go for it. But are those the type of women you really want to fuck with? Let's be honest. We want quality, not quantity. That's a whole nother video. Next. Guys with game. Guys with game validate women and don't expect validation in return. Matter of fact, they don't give a fuck, right? If a woman tells me I'm attractive, I'm fine. I know, like, cool, whatever the case may be. That doesn't make me feel, oh, she think I'm cute. Oh, yeah. No, I leave that to her. You know? I might shoot her back with a compliment. Shit, you know what I'm saying? But whatever the case is, right? I give a damn. The compliment. I don't give a shit about that. I'm trying to show you that I'm the best compliment you could ever have. Come on now. Come on. Guys who don't have game need validation from women. I just said that. Guys with game have a cup that runneth over. Right? Guys with no game have an empty cup. And they're constantly looking outside of themselves for others to fill the cup. They're out here begging. You might as well be begging for change. Do you have any validation for me? Am I good enough? Am I worthy? Do I look good today? Am I cool? Do you accept me? Do you love me? Just tell me you love me. Nigga, do you fucking love yourself? That's the difference between a dude who has game and a dude who does not have game. A dude who has game says, bitch, I don't need you to tell me that you love me. I don't need you to tell me how fine I am, or I don't need a compliment from you. I don't need shit from you. As a matter of fact, I got so much in my cup, bitch, you can take some, have it. Have some. And I'm never stingy with what I have in my cup. Of course, it's got to go to people who deserve it. All right, that's a whole nother video. But I'm not scared to give, right? A lot of red pill guys, a lot of insecure guys, a lot of weak men, they have nothing to give in their cup. So, of course, they don't want to give compliments. They don't want to give validation. And actually, that's probably in their best bet not to do so. Because like I said, ground one, ground zero is to start off loving yourself. Validating and approving of yourself. If you can't do that, man, you definitely can't go around just complimenting and trying to validate women. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's coming from a place of I need something from you, and that's why I'm saying this. Because I want to get here with you, right? It's not coming from a genuine place. That's why women cannot respect men who they know have an ulterior motive for why they're doing the things that they're doing. Buying them steak dinners, trying to kiss their ass, tell them how beautiful they are, this and that and the other. Your compliment is a drop of piss in the ocean to them, because they get them all the time, but they barely get them from men or people in general who have a cup that runneth over. It's a whole bunch of niggas out here who have empty cups, who are just wanting validation from that woman, who just want to look cool in front of their boys, so they get with a disrespectful bitch, right? Who doesn't care about them, but they want to wipe that girl up. Why? Because I need that approval. If I have a bad bitch on my arm, my friends are gonna think that I'm cool. Even though she slaps me behind the scenes and talks to me like I'm a dog, it's cool because I just want to look cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a weak ass nigga, bruh. You're weak. We're getting to the end, all right? So I just wanted to mention this lyric by Rihanna. It's actually from the song called You Needed Me, something like that, right? And the song is basically talking about these weak ass niggas, right? You needed me, right? I know y'all heard that. And she has a line in that song where she says, trying to fix your inner issues with a bad bitch, right? Didn't I tell you that I was a savage, fucking white horse in a carriage, but you never could imagine? Didn't tell you you could have it. She's basically telling you, she's speaking on weak ass, lame ass niggas with no game ass niggas in that song. She's saying, you needed me. Your cup was empty. You tried to fix your inner issues with a bad bitch. How many niggas? That's the typical nigga out here, man. And if you feel like that's you and you feel triggered right now, it's okay, because you can learn and you can be better, right? You can be better. You don't have to live that way anymore. But I want to bring attention to the people who don't understand. You don't want Rihanna to be talking about you. You don't. First of all, you're never going to fix your inner issues just by wifing a bad bitch. I'm going to have a whole nother video on what a bad bitch really is. Because just because she looks like a bad bitch, the perfect Instagram model, you're a perfect 10 in your mind, which is subjective. Your 10 might look like a 5 to me. My 5 might look like a 10 to you. Point blank period, right? A woman can never fix how fucked up you are inside. As a matter of fact, she'll probably fuck you up even worse. Because instead of working on the relationship that you have with yourself, you're trying to make her the center of your universe. And when she leaves you or disrespects you, you cannot check her. You cannot walk away when she's mistreating you. You allow her to bully you, leave the relationship. Your life is going to be in shambles. Even worse than it was before you even got the bitch. So if you don't have the bitch and you're in this predicament, I'm glad for you. I'm happy for you. Because if you had the bitch, you'd be clinging on to that bitch so hard. You know what I'm saying? That's how these simp ass niggas end up killing women. Right? I know I'm going on a whole nother tangent. But just to keep it plain and simple, I don't want this video to be too long. It's already 18 minutes. Look. Beyond women. This thing is beyond women. If you don't love yourself, if you don't know how to validate and approve of yourself, if you have low self-esteem, if you don't have a worthiness about, if you don't feel worthy and deserving of loving yourself, and for a woman to love you, you're never going to make it in the game. Never. You're going to keep struggling. You're going to continue to struggle. You're going to continue to put bitches on a pedestal higher than you, instead of lifting yourself up by doing the inner work, the inside work, the internal work needed and necessary and required to feel as if a woman is lucky and blessed to be a part of your life for as long as or as little time as you deem necessary. Hey man, go ahead and end the video right here. Let me know what other topics you want to talk about or you want me to talk about. If you want any advice, like on a specific situation, you can hit me up, DM me at the Diamond Life 888 on Instagram. Book a session with me. We'll go over your situation and, you know, see if I can help you. All right. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe. I'm out this thing, man. Stay true to the game, man.